Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is a quick look at Windows Neptune and basically a quick tour. So let's begin. Windows Neptune was the first Home Edition version of Microsoft Windows to be released with the Windows NT file system, and well, that was basically a massive change because before this it was only ever business versions of Windows ever got the NT file system, and quite frankly I don't know why, because the file allocation table file system was terrible. So yeah, although it's okay on USB drives. Anyway, so another major feature is this here. As you can see, if we go into local area connection and go to sharing, then you can see enable firewall mode for this connection. This was the first ever Windows firewall integrated into Windows, and although it was quite primitive, it was also a bit effective at the time as well, so that was okay. And obviously this was the first and only beta version of Windows Neptune to ever be released, so you can't really blame it for having a bit of a primitive firewall. Now, another major feature that I want to show you is this. These are the activity centers, and if I open the start page here, maximize this and go to full screen, then you can see here these were basically the next evolution of Windows, as it was really early sort of planned. So it was rather interesting, this really, because obviously it makes you wonder whether this was actually going to replace everything like the taskbar and the start menu. But if you remember Windows 8, then you will remember a full screen UI that, although it didn't look very similar to this, it's sort of the idea remains, the idea of full screen UI, and the idea that you can do everything from here. Now, this is rather buggy, and only a few things work. Like, I can open email and that takes you to your email client, Outlook Express in this case. Internet will naturally take you to Internet Explorer. Documents will take you to WordPad. Strangely, I thought that would take you to Explorer. Music doesn't work. Photos doesn't work. Games doesn't work. And help and support takes you to something rather interesting. This help and support dialog remained in Windows Codename Millennium, which eventually ended up in obviously Windows ME. So this is rather interesting, really. Yeah, beta test for the Neptune OS. So this wasn't just copied out of this wasn't copied out of Windows 2000 and versions before that. So let's have another look at this really quickly. We also have options to change the theme inside this, and we have lots of other options down the side in here. So that's rather interesting. And that almost sums it up for this video. Another feature that I want to show you is basically the start menu. And as you can see here, it says Microsoft Neptune. It doesn't say Microsoft Windows Neptune or Windows Neptune. It just says Microsoft Neptune. So it's interesting. Perhaps they were planning to scrap the idea of Windows altogether and just say Microsoft Neptune. So it's owned by Microsoft and the product is Neptune, which would simplify it, I suppose. But they didn't end up doing that. And there are a few other features like Windows identities, for example. This also opens this HTML document here, and it's rather interesting. I think this sort of survived in Windows XP, but it looked a hell of a lot different. And that basically sums it up for this video. If we go to Windows, for example, then we can see that obviously they haven't changed the Windows 2000 dialog at the top there. That's simply because this is an early beta, and they didn't go around to changing it. So yeah, it's rather interesting, really. Anyway, that basically sums it up for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and if you want to see more on Neptune, then I suggest you watch the full breakdown video, which I will have a link in the description for. So, as I said before, thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.